I sold 1.368 million on Amazon. We did it. I sold 1.368 million on Amazon in May of 2022. This was our best month by far of the year on our goal of hitting the $10 million challenge of trying to sell 10 million on Amazon in 2022. And I want to give you 3 big takeaways that we really noticed this month that I think was super important, not only for this month, but going forward. So if you're just following us, we are trying to get to $10 million on Amazon this year. We've hit 10 million as a company, but not on Amazon specifically. That's why we're doing this challenge. And every single month we're updating on our specific revenue, our profits, our PPC, and our tacos, all that good stuff. If you haven't yet, go sign up to be an insider, hit that like button below, and figure out what you need to do to hit your own goals, whether that's a $1 million challenge, 10 million, 100 million, hopefully something here that might make sense for your business. So, all right, in April, we did 1.1 million. We eked over our goal for the first time. This month, we did about 200,000 better. But more importantly, this was our best month in profit by far. So we really continued to lower our ACoS in our tacos. So we got to 23% of our ACoS and 14% of tacos, which is our lowest total advertising cost of sale for the year by far in a month. And 3 big things we took away is, number one, we really needed to continue to do a better job of our sales forecasting, especially for some of our US made products and our China products. And we have some products that are made in other countries. And so every single month we are forecasting out at least 6 months into the future our sales. And actually going forward, we're hoping to do that for an entire year, which sounds kind of crazy based on what we've been doing in the past, but I think we can get there. And by doing that, we're forecasting out what we think our revenue and our sales are going to be by units. And then we're looking at that and we're saying every single week, we're seeing where we're at in our index of what we've actually sold for a SKU versus what we forecasted. And we're making those adjustments weekly. But doing this is really helping us in our inventory. So once you get past that 20 to 30 SKU mark, we're over 100 now. It gets very difficult to manage this. If you still have just one SKU, then, in the past, we basically just did it a little bit more off the cuff. We would just really sit down and look month to month how much we think we needed, or we would kind of over order and just definitely have enough. And the problem was just selling it, not running out of stock. But in this case, we're looking at this tracker every single week and we're seeing how much did we sell versus how much we forecasted. And that was super important. A second big takeaway is a couple months ago, I realized that we really needed someone to come in as an operations lead that was going to come in and take over supply chain, inventory forecasting, like what we're talking about, our customer service, our Amazon account management, maintenance, and some of our product development. And thankfully, we found this person in May. So much of May, my big goal personally for the quarter was to hire this VP of operations. We found our guy towards the end of May. He started May 30th. And so it really didn't impact May specifically, but we're already seeing the results in June. And for myself, just finding this person in May was a major goal. So to accomplish that for the brand, to hire someone that is our largest hire ever, so definitely was scary, but this was the next major step in our business. So once you get to the point where you feel like you are hitting some caps or you're hitting some goals, it might be that the next major step for you is getting in this key employee. So we follow an EOS implementation system. And so typically you're going to have yourself, which might be like a visionary, and then someone who's pulling it all together, then a chief marketing or a VP of marketing, a VP of operations, and a finance side. So hiring this operations person in was super important. And already in May, they came in, started meeting with our operations leads, and that made a huge difference for our inventory planning going forward. And then number 3, we always go through some major PPC updates for the month. And so I have 3 things that I feel like are just ongoing important for our brand. Number 1 is we have a tacos total advertising cost of sale tracker. So every single week, our Amazon PPC manager in our company, who he's like our Amazon strategist and manages the PPC as well, he is setting tacos targets specifically for the week based on the margin of the product and our profitability goals. So he lists out every single ASIN that we have, a goal tacos that we want to achieve for the month and for the week, and monitors it weekly. Now, weekly is a pretty short period to monitor your ASINs, and you don't want to make drastic changes, but if you set it by the month, you can look at it weekly, allows you to make adjustments as needed if it's clear that you're either way above or if you're under your tacos targets, which is ideal. Then you can see, are you hitting your sales targets? And if you're not quite hitting those targets, then you know that you have some room to increase your aggressiveness on your bids. So setting that a weekly tracker has been super important for us. You can see an example here of product 1, 2, and 3, looking at the spend, the sales, the tacos, and every single week we're making that analysis of, are we spending enough or too much? Are sales hitting our target? And is tacos in line? And we make adjustments accordingly. Number 2 on PPC is day parting. This is something that's a little controversial, and you'll hear a lot of different things now that the marketing, the Amazon marketing stream is coming out. I think this is going to become more and more prevalent in Amazon businesses as there is more data there. But we've been doing some kind of crude day parting testing, and so far the results have been good. So we're strategically lowering our bid or turning off campaigns during certain times of the day and trying to just have those campaigns running at peak hours. And by kind of targeting that spend during that time, we're looking to lower our overall ACoS in tacos. And so far it has been working. So we'll continue to update on that. But if you aren't day parting right now, if you're not turning on campaigns and turning them off at certain times of the day, I recommend that you look into this. And now that we've seen the results, our next step would be to automate this through some softwares that exist out there. And then number 3 would be to continue to test your SBA ads all the time, right? So if you don't have custom images on your SBA ads, your headline ads, that would be the first step to get those custom images in. But then you want to be testing them. Unlike most Amazon PPC that is just a bid-based system, with your SBA ads, there is creatives involved, so you can actually test. And over time, you might see some of your SBA ads that once were good performers start to drift and not perform as well. Definitely just be testing different headlines, different images. We're doing this a lot now, and you can see the click-through rate 14 days before having a custom image and 14 days after having a custom image. The results speak for themselves. Now, this is just click-through rate, so it doesn't necessarily mean better sales and better ACoS, but having a better click-through rate is just one way that you can achieve what you're trying to do with your SBA ads through that kind of awareness. So those are 3 big takeaways that we had. Hiring that VP of operations is going to be a major thing that we'll continue to update on going forward as we try to hit our similar sales goal in June. And you can also see here where we're at so far month to month on the $10 million challenge. In this graph, we see that so far we have gone through 5 months of these updates, and this chart shows that we are at 44.9% of the $10 million challenge. So some of these months were slower months for us. The last April and May have been stronger months for us, and June and July and August should continue to be pretty strong. So it's hard to say exactly where we're at on our goal of the $10 million challenge, but being 45% of the way to the goal through the first 5 months is pretty encouraging so far. So we'll continue to update you on this. If you're liking this, make sure you go to amazingfreedom.com/insider. Sign up to be an insider. You'll get updates to our monthly magazine that we have, our weekly newsletter, and this $10 million challenge. Everything we're trying to do is just help sellers who are new to Amazon or who are stuck at some plateau. Maybe you've gotten to $1 million and you're just not sure how to get to 10 million. And a lot of it is just taking 7-figure habits that you've done, transforming them into 8-figure habits. That's basically been what I've been trying to do the last couple of years. My name is Nate Slamans with Amazing Freedom. We own a portfolio of brands that does close to $15 million a year. And on this channel, we're just trying to help you get to your goals on Amazon. Catch you next month.